Hello, everyone. Welcome to our demo session today. Today, we will take a walkthrough of a SQL Server availability group deployed across Azure Kubernetes Service and a Linux VM and a Windows machine. We will join all three different platforms or systems together into a single SQL Server availability group. So with that, let's go ahead and start. All right, so we will start with getting our SQL availability group deployed in AKS. So to do that, obviously, you need to have a AKS set up. So to do so, there are about 4 steps here that you can do. You log in, you create the resource group, and then you create a cluster, AKS cluster, and then you be able to deploy SQL Server AG in that AKS. And since I already have AKS prep, we are going to take a look at how we're going to deploy SQL AG in AKS. And to do that, we are going to use DX operator to help us quickly deploy our AG cluster inside AKS. So first thing we need to do will be applying a YAML to deploy our DX operator in AKS. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and that's it. Really, that's all it takes is to deploy the DX operator. And with that, we can go ahead and set up a few Kubernetes secrets. These are secrets used for SQL Server authentication and also for DX Enterprise authentication. So let's go ahead and take these two command and create the 2 secrets that we need. All right. So next, we are going to deploy SQL AG itself. And to do so, there's a single YAML that we can specify what we want to deploy in AKS. So in this case, we are going to deploy 2 synchronous replica, and we will call our AG my AGS. Again, we can call it anything we want, right? And since this is a SQL 2022, we are going ahead and apply the contain features to our AG. And in AKS, and on each of the replica, we are going to create or deploy 2 containers for each pod or for each replica. The first containers contain DX Enterprise, and we're going to pull the image from Docker Hub, and we can specify the secret key where we can get the data out. And then for SQL Server, we're going to pull from MCR and be pulling the latest SQL Server image there. Okay, so really that's all it takes to specify what our AG going to be. So let's go ahead and apply that. Okay. All right. Let's. Where we at? Okay. Look like we are getting there. They're not quite up yet. So the operator is provisioning our 2 pods, 2 replicas, AKS 0 and AKS 1. So, oh, all right, they are both running. So about 30 seconds, we get ourselves 2 replica deployed and AKS. So let's see, get a IP here, then we can connect to it. All right, so let's go ahead and connect to the first one here. Okay, and there we go. There's our my AGS. And do a dashboard here. Okay, so we got two replicas running synchronous mode, and they're all synchronized. So it takes approximately a minute or less for us to deploy a two replica, synchronous replica, and AKS. All right. So since this is a hybrid demo, obviously we want to see how we can connect another machine, another system, another replica into our AKS cluster, right? So to do that, we would need a one-time passkey. So let's go ahead and grab that. So this one-time passkey is again that is a one-time key that can be used to allow another replica to join into the quorum, and by default is good for about an hour. Then we can extend that if we wish. All right, we already have the key, so make sure that we modify our key correctly here, and I'm gonna do it for both. Okay. All right, so as I said, this is a hybrid scenario. So I have here a Linux VM, also run in Azure. However, it is deployed in the US West 2. Our AKS actually deployed in USS 3. So they are across two separate regions. But that shouldn't matter. Again, with DX Enterprise as a technology that give you the clustering tag and the networking tag, your replica can be anywhere. So, all right. So the first thing we want to do on this VM is to activate it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and then we are going to join this VM into the DX Enterprise cluster using the one-time passkey. Okay, that's successful. In fact, we actually connect to our AKS cluster to see the progress. Oh, I'm looking at, I'm actually connecting to the wrong IP, so that makes sense. All right. Okay, so as you can see there, our AZVM1 has joined our DX Enterprise cluster. So in fact, I'm going to put the focus on the AG here. So next step, we are going to join this VM1 into our AG quorum. So simply executing the add AGS node on our VM. And we can see that it's slowly joined into the quorums here. Okay. There we go. We got our AZVM1 joining into our AKS 0 and 1. So we have 3 replicas in the quorum. They are joined and sync. All right. Next, we are going to add our Windows machine into the mix. So far, we have a VM running Linux in US West 2, and then we have AKS running in US West 3. And now I am going to add this Windows laptop, which run remotely. In fact, run here at our office. So we'll join this laptop into the quorum. Okay, and to do that, it would be similar to how we've done it on our VM machine. We're going to activate our Windows Note first. So here I am. So I'm going to execute it. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and join it into our DX Enterprise cluster that stretches between Azure VM and AKS. Okay, and we actually see that from the view here. Okay, it looks like our laptop our laptop here, remotely here, has joined into the DX Enterprise cluster. So similar to how we add the VM node into the AKS cluster for SQL AG, we're going to do the same with this Windows machine. So let's grab our CLI here. Okay, and just like that, we got ourselves a 4 replica AG that span across 3 separate environments. One's running Windows laptop, and another running Linux VM, and then we have 2 containers running inside AKS, and look like they're all connected, and they're syncing up here with the laptop. So look to me like we have everybody sync. So that's really it. It take a few minutes to really stretch across 3 different environments, and with the help of the operator deploying SQL AG inside Kubernetes is quite the painless, right? All right. Next, we'll take a look at how the system help us when we have a failure. So an automatic failover is what we're looking for, right? So our currently primary replica is our AKS 0. So let's see if we can cause a failover. Okay. And to do that, let's go ahead and delete the part. Actually, that's all we have to do. So kubectl and it is a KS, that's 0, right? So AKS dash 0 is deleted, and as you notice there, our connections to it obviously get severed. So let's connect to our secondary. Okay. Okay. As you can see there, the AG automatically fell over onto AKS1 because that's the next the inline on the list, right? So automatic failover happen immediately when there is a failure of the primary. The operator will monitor the health of the services, with your SQL Server and your systems, and if there's any failure at all, it will automatically promote the next available secondary to be the primary. So our primary is now AKS1, and look like the operator has properly and quickly recover our AKS0, and it can also rejoin into the cluster. So there you have it. Three different environments, three different sites joined together into a single AG quorum, and with DX Enterprise as a clustering tech behind the technology, you get yourself an automatic failover of your AG. With that, I thank you for joining us today. Until next time. Bye-bye.